Hi everyone, and welcome to this month's episode of Cooking with NMC. With a twist, this episode we're going to be baking. My name is Shiwa, also known as Shiwa the Baker. In today's episode, we're going to be baking a batch of delicious whole wheat blueberry muffins. This recipe is incredibly simple to make. Let me take you through the ingredients real quick. This is what you'll need. 283 grams of whole wheat flour. 213 grams of brown sugar. 320 grams of buttermilk. 250 grams of locally sourced blueberries, because local is lekker. 67 grams of canola oil. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Now that we're familiar with all our ingredients to make our whole wheat blueberry muffins, let's get baking. So our first step is to mix our dry ingredients. The base of our recipe is whole wheat flour. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to sift our flour. This is to aerate the flour for the ingredients to combine better together. We're going to be left with some whole wheat kernels on top, and then we're going to just add them back into the bowl. Okay? The next step is to add our brown sugar. And then we're going to move on to our rising agents. This is our baking soda. Then our baking powder, some cinnamon to taste, and some salt, which brings out the flavor. So I am somebody who likes to clean up as I bake. So we're going to clean as we go. Once we've put all our dry ingredients in one bowl, we're going to mix them. So just until all the ingredients combine. So there we've got our dry ingredients. Our next step is to mix our wet ingredients. We're going to start with our buttermilk. Canola oil, and this is a healthier alternative as opposed to vegetable oil. Some vanilla essence. This is my absolute favorite flavoring. And then lastly, our blueberries. As I mentioned before, these are locally sourced. It's always better to get to try to pick out the smallest blueberries out of the bunch for that extra flavor. So we're going to take a spoon and then we're going to mix them together. Before we combine our dry ingredients with our wet ingredients, we clean as we go. Now we're going to add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients. Slowly, gently. And then we whisk away. It seems a bit stiff, so let's use our spoon. We're going to try to keep our blueberries as intact as possible. So we stir just until all the ingredients are combined. Okay. Now that our batter is oven ready, we're just going to clean up a bit before we pop these into our individual muffin cups and then put it in the oven. Baking is my favorite thing to do, but cleaning, not so much. Now that all the dirt is out of the way, we get to the fun part. The next step is to place our batter into our muffin cups. Now these muffin cups are made with parchment paper. Many people believe that if you put this parchment paper into your oven, it's going to set your house on fire. No, it won't. So we're going to place 12 cups in a pan of 12 muffin holders. You have to do it gently so that you don't distort the shape of the cups and so that you don't duplicate them. So now we're going to scoop our batter into our muffin cups. Sometimes if your batter is a bit thick, you can always use a spoon to help take it out. You do it gently so that you can have neatly placed muffins. Can you see? It's very important to work neatly. We should try to have our muffin cups filled as much as possible. Okay, that's what not to do. But don't worry, we'll clean it up as soon as we're done. Okay. Try to get as much of the blueberries into your cups as possible. After all, they are blueberry muffins. This process requires a lot of patience. But it's well worth it. Now that our muffin cups are fully filled, they're oven ready. What we did in the beginning was preheat our oven to 170 degrees. You always preheat your oven at the temperature at which you're going to bake it. Now, let's pop this in the oven. Our muffins are finally out of the oven, and it only took 30 minutes to bake. Take a look at this. If it wasn't for this light brown golden color, you wouldn't think that these were whole wheat muffins. So now we're going to pop them out of the pan and put them on the cooling rack for them to cool before we eat them. The quickest and easiest way to do this is to take a cooling rack, sandwich it on top of your pan, and then flip it over. Nice and easy. Perfect. And now we're going to flip over our muffins very quickly. Take care because they're hot. And there we have it. Soft, moist, and I'm sure they're perfectly delicious. So we're going to wait for them to cool for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to feast. So now that our muffins have cooled, we're going to plate them. These muffins are perfect for brunch, for breakfast, or even just a midday snack. And you know, when you place things neatly and when you make things beautiful, they become even tastier. And then we're going to add some blueberries for aesthetics. And voila! You've got your whole wheat blueberry muffins. Our muffins look so amazing, and I'm sure they taste just as delicious. Please do try out this recipe. Take pictures, take videos, tag NMC, and follow us on all our social media platforms. The links are below. And do subscribe to our YouTube channel. As from me, Shiwa, and the rest of the NMC team, until next time, ciao.